Hello and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey. One really interesting video that I made quite a while ago was this one, how to make a $50,000 game. This was something that I wanted to make for quite a while. I basically just reverse engineered a bunch of metrics in order to get to something that would make $50,000. So in this case, with a price point of 15 bucks, with 7,000 wishlists at launch, it should sell about 1,000 copies on week 1, which then should end up selling over 3,000 copies, which would be about 50k in gross revenue. So this was a nice guesstimate-based plan. I enjoy doing math in order to figure out these numbers. In this video, I also showcase some of the stats from my own Steam games. How my game, GameCore DX, made $230,000, Blueprint Tycoon made $230, Battleground Tycoon 184, and Hyper Knights 100. So you have some nice fun numbers. And then one comment asks, so are those revenues really true? Basically because based on the reviews, it sounds like they don't have necessarily that many reviews to generate this much amount of gross revenue. So my answer is, yep, the numbers are taken straight from my Steam dashboard. And back when those games came out, reviews were much more rare. Very few people reviewed games before then as they do now. So back then, multiplier was about 70 to 100, whereas now that multiplier is closer to 40. If you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say multiplier, you can go ahead and watch this video where I talked about it. But the more important part about that comment is over here on this reply. So here, this developer says, so congrats, it's amazing success. You have given me hope. I'm a software dev about your age, thinking if I can make a living via developing games, exploring strategies, and trying to understand boundaries, then how hard is it? So do you think it is possible to make a normal living via developing only games? So excluding side hustles like creating, selling courses, sponsored and so on, only marketing and developing games. This is a very, very important question, and it's a question upon which the answer depends based on the years. So is developing indie games in 2025 still a viable option? The answer nowadays might actually be different than when I was actually making my games back in 2015, 2018. Which, side note, that's actually another very important topic, so let me talk about that for a little bit. So the numbers that I showed here, these are legit numbers. However, these games were also launched a very long time ago. In total, my games have sold over $1 million. But could I make those $1 million again now in the next 10 years? And the answer is, I'm not entirely sure, or perhaps I could, but I know for certain I could not do it the exact same way. For example, my very first Steam game, Survivor Squad, so this one came out back in 2013, and this game made almost $150,000. Now, do I think that if I launched this exact same game nowadays, it would make this much money? The answer is nope, it would definitely not make that much money. The reason is because the world back in 2013 is very, very different from the world now in 2025. Back then, things were completely different. Back then, there were no such things as wishlists, there were no such things as demos, Steam festivals, none of that existed. So the entire marketing meta has completely changed from back then compared to now. If you follow an indie game dev success roadmap from 2013, it would not work nowadays. So I just want to quickly point that out. Things that worked 10 years ago will not necessarily and likely actually not work nowadays. Nowadays, you need to do many more different things in order to find success. So I just wanted to point that out quickly because when asking if it is possible to make a living by making video games, the specifics to that answer will depend based on what timeline you're referring to. And finding success in 2025 is very different from finding success in 2013. But anyway, so over here in my reply as to is it even possible to find success in 2025? Over here I say it is possible, I've done it for many years, but the level of difficulty depends on your cost of living. This I would say is probably the closest thing there is to a secret or some kind of trick in order to make you find success in an easier way. It is simply right here, the cost of living. Depending on how much money you need to live, it can be really challenging to make a living from making games, or it can actually be quite doable. Like I said here, so I live in Portugal where I can have a pretty good life with $2,000 per month. So that was my target while I was doing nothing but game dev before I started this channel, which is another very important thing. So my first game, Survivor Squad, so this one came out in 2013. Then after that, I made GameCore DX in 2015. Then Survivor Squad Gauntlets also in 2015. Then Blueprint Tycoon 2016, Hyper Knights 2017, Hyper Knights Battles 2017, Ninja Tycoon 2018, Battleground Tycoon in 2019, and it was around this time that I started this YouTube channel. The very first video on this channel was this one on how to make a health system, and this one was published all the way back in May of 2018. So all that to say that I do have experience with specifically what this developer was asking about, so make a living via developing only games, so without YouTube, without courses, without sponsors, without any of that. And yep, I did manage to do that from 2013 to about 2020. At around 2020, that was when the YouTube channel, the courses, those kinds of things did start to make more money than my games, and I focused more on those. But before then, yep, I was making a living just by making games, just by myself. And again, importantly, the way it was because of this. Basically, I live in Portugal where I can have a pretty good life with $2,000 per month. That was my target while I was doing nothing but game dev, and I did manage to achieve it. Some games were hits, some games were flops, but altogether I made a pretty nice living back then. Then I talked about my journey over here. So that's the game dev journey video. This is still one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. Basically talks about my journey, how I started from making Flash games, then eventually moved on to Steam and so on. So like I said, the most important thing is cost of living, and living with $2,000 per month, that is much, much easier. But like I say here, but if you live in something like San Francisco and you need $10,000 per month just to get by, then it becomes exponentially more difficult. This is why I say that cost of living is going to be the closest thing there is to some kind of secret, some kind of trick in indie game development. If I can make a living on just $2,000 per month, but someone else needs $10K per month, let's say I make a game in 6 months, then in theory for me that game just needs to make $12,000, and if so, I consider that a success. Whereas this same developer working on the exact same game, but living on a much more expensive place, then in this case, they would need to get $60,000 for that game in order to consider that a success. And making a game that makes 12 grand as opposed to a game that makes 60 grand, that is a pretty big difference. And over here I continue, so I believe if you are skilled in both game dev and marketing, that yes, you can reliably make games in 6 months and have them generate between 10 and 50K. Which, again, depending on where you live, can be good. So if I do generally believe this, I do generally believe that if you are skilled, and again, skilled in both game development and marketing, you can't ignore marketing. Both of those have to work. You can't just focus on making games, ignore marketing. Nope, you will not find success. And at the same time, you can't just focus on marketing and completely ignore the game dev side. No, the game has to be good, and the marketing has to be good. If both those are good, or at least good enough to a sufficient enough level, if so, then yep, I do believe A, you can make games in 6 months, and B, those games can make 10 to 50K. However, I also say here, but if you are just starting out, it will take a lot of time and a lot of effort to gain the necessary knowledge to hit that level. I say that based on my own skill set, where I'm confident I can make a good game in that amount of time, but if I were just starting out, then it would take me 6 months to make something super basic, so my 10 years of game dev experience is why I believe I could do it. I would not be able to do it if I were just starting out. So this is another very, very important point, basically talking about the power of experience. If you are a complete beginner, then in 6 months you can probably just build something like a Flappy Bird. But in my case, with all my years of experience, I can build a game like my last game, Dinky Guardians. This is an automation management game. It's got all kinds of systems. It is a really complex game. I think in total it had like 40,000 lines of code, something like that. So definitely a pretty massive game. And yet, because of all my years of experience, because of that, I was actually able to build this game in about 7 months. So that really tells you the massive power of experience. What someone can make in 6 months varies pretty widely between what a beginner can make in 6 months and what someone with quite a bit of skill can do in those same 6 months. The exact same time frame, but 2 different skill sets will achieve very different results. So in my case, yep, I do believe what I said here is very much realistic. In my case, with my own skills, if I completely stop making videos over here on this channel, if I stop making courses, if I stopped answering all kinds of questions, emails, comments, and so on, if I stop doing all of that and I just focus on making games, then yep, I am very, very confident that in 6 months, I do have the skills to be able to A, make a good game, make some good marketing for it, and in the end, have it generate at least between $10,000 and $50,000. Which again, with my original goal of $2,000 per month, then in 6 months, if that game makes over 12 grand, then that is considered a success. So can you make a living from indie games nowadays in 2025? I believe the answer is yes, but again, with all these caveats. With the caveat of it becomes much, much easier if your cost of living is much lower, and it becomes much, much easier, much more doable, the more experience you actually have. If you have over 10 years of game dev experience just like I do, then I do believe it is very, very possible. But if you're just starting out, then I think you probably need a few years of gaining that experience in order to improve your skills until you can actually reach this level where this becomes actually viable. If you want to learn how to get more wishlists and more sales, if so, then now is the right time to learn. I've made a bunch of videos with Steam expert Chris Sokowski. You can watch all of these to get a ton of marketing knowledge. This will help you get a wishlist and actually find success with your games. Or if you want a ton of that marketing knowledge condensed into one single step-by-step place, if so, then check out his course, which are currently on a summer discount. The Wishlist and Visibility Masterclass, this is a great step-by-step on helping you find success with your games. Then the Game Marketing Ideas course, this is a great one if you need ideas on what exactly is working on Steam. You've got a free course on how to make a great Steam page. If you want to pitch to publishers, then this course will really help you. And the Inside Conference, this one has a ton of talks from some very smart people. And if you're interested in a bunch of them, then a summer bundle is an excellent discount. This sale is ending very soon, so check it out quickly with a link in the description. And if you want to learn the technical aspect of making games, I also have a summer bundle on my courses. Learn about Unity, about C#, learn about multiplayer, dots, learn about pretty much everything. Only in one deep discount. This one I'm also only running this summer. So if you're interested, check it out with the link in the description. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.